Zachary Show here, and welcome back to my playthrough of WWE 2K24 Showcase of the Immortals. In the last episode, we saw Stone Cold Steve Austin defeat The Rock at WrestleMania 17 with the help of Vince McMahon. And we are going to now fast forward 3 years to WrestleMania 20, where Eddie Guerrero is going to face Kurt Angle. And let me just go over a little bit of what's happened in between this time period. So, the invasion happened from WCW, who was acquired by Shane McMahon, but technically Vince. Invasion, the alliance with ECW, Austin defected, I think he defected back, whatever. WrestleMania 18, I think the title match was Triple H and Chris Jericho, I might be wrong. Hogan and The Rock was the big match there that everyone remembers from WrestleMania 18 or X8. WrestleMania 19, Austin and The Rock faced off again, and I believe The Rock won this one. You might have to fact check me, I may be incorrect. But then, the titles got split. So Raw, the World Heavyweight title, which was going into WrestleMania 20, held by Triple H. The end of that show was won by Chris Benoit. Not going to see Chris Benoit in this game. The other side, Eddie Guerrero is coming in as the champion. And how this happened was the Royal Rumble in 2004. Brock Lesnar cost Goldberg the match. Cost him the Rumble, led to his elimination. And Goldberg returned the favor by attacking Brock Lesnar during his WWE Championship defense against Eddie Guerrero, which led to Eddie Guerrero winning the title, and now Eddie is going to face Kurt Angle. So let's get the backstory. It's called Can You Stand the Heat? Eddie Guerrero looks to defend his WWE Championship against one of WWE's all-around greats, gold medalist Kurt Angle. A month after his shocking win over Brock to capture the gold, can he turn back the Olympic challenger in New York? Fun fact, WrestleMania was held in New York. WrestleMania 1, 10, and 20. Let's get this underway.
One of the most stunning endings in WrestleMania history sees Stone Cold Steve Austin align with Mr. McMahon to regain the WWE Championship. WrestleMania 17 was in many ways the last stand for WWE's Attitude Era. Steve Austin and Triple H formed a two-man power trip as an impending invasion from WCW and ECW would forever alter WWE. So much talent in one spot would lead to the brand split and a new era, one of ruthless aggression. And at WrestleMania 20, WWE returned to its roots in New York City, proudly featuring two ring generals competing for the WWE Championship, with Eddie Guerrero defending against Kurt Angle. From his arrival to WWE in late 1999, Kurt Angle was an absolute natural in a WWE ring. His rookie year would see him capture the European, Intercontinental, and WWE Championships, an astounding accomplishment. The Olympic gold medalist always used his three I's: intensity, integrity,
and intelligence,
to either be a champion or to be competing for a championship. Angle lost the WWE Championship to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 19 in Seattle and looked for the opposite result at WrestleMania 20. Carrying months of resentment, Kurt looked to right the wrongs as he challenged for the championship. Despite coming from a legendary wrestling family, Eddie would not receive the path to instant stardom that his opponent did. Instead, he worked his way up from Mexico to ECW and then to WCW before finally earning a chance with WWE. It took him years to finally realize his dream, and once he had, Eddie did everything he could to keep it. In 2004, Eddie won a 15-man mini Royal Rumble that granted him a match against Brock Lesnar at No Way Out for the WWE Championship. The last man he eliminated? Yep, Kurt Angle. Still, at this point, the two appeared to be on friendly terms, even if the disappointment was obvious for Kurt. And at No Way Out in San Francisco, Eddie would achieve the impossible, defeating Brock Lesnar to finally hold the WWE Championship.
It was Eddie Guerrero's time. It was his time to show that he was a top performer. So I knew Eddie was on a roll, and I knew my work was cut out for me.
Angle was victorious in a triple threat match to be named the #1 contender. On the surface, it seemed all was well. Two fantastic competitors who would battle to see who was better. But it turned out that Kurt Angle had been seething ever since that 15-man Rumble. And with his match set, he struck. Attacking Eddie while working as a special guest referee, Angle went ballistic on Latino Heat.
I felt the need to beat Eddie Guerrero, not just beat him, but beat him up and try to hurt him.
The tone was set. This was not about competition or athletic pursuit. This was about a former champion desperate to reclaim his throne, and a new champion who wasn't going to let anyone take his dreams away from him. Now it's time for you to put Kurt Angle in the silver medal position and find a way to retain Eddie Guerrero's WWE Championship at WrestleMania. But if you're not careful, Kurt's going to grab that ankle, and you'll have two choices: tap or snap.
We're going to talk a little bit about WrestleMania 20. First of all, I love the backdrop of this, just the like Madison Square Garden thing they did back there. The ramp is on our left side there. Madison Square Garden was always a unique arena for WrestleMania. I'm kind of disappointed they didn't continue this trend going into 30 and 40, even though I was at WrestleMania 40 in Philly, and like I'm happy it happened, but I think every 10 years should have been Madison Square Garden. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about this WrestleMania. So, WrestleMania 20, I mentioned Benoit winning the title from Triple H. Shawn Michaels was also in that match, by the way.
Angle always looked to prove that his opponent had no business in the ring with him. He'd use basic mat wrestling sequences to feel his opponent out to see if he could make them uncomfortable. Eddie Guerrero knew that he had the technical skills to hang with Angle, and showing them off would be essential to his survival in the match. If Angle knew you were outmatched right away, he'd just play with you. Eddie being able to counter his way out of Angle's mat wrestling was his way of saying, I'm the champion for a reason, and I'm just as good as you are. Nobody able to grab control, both back to their feet in the standoff. Angle looking a little surprised that Eddie was more than capable on the ground.
So I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't remember that Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle faced off in 19. That's the famous match where Lesnar got concussed attempting the shooting star press. But WrestleMania 20, also known for that triple threat match for the World Heavyweight title that I mentioned. The Cruiserweight Open, which had a bunch of cruiserweights all in a match together. Had Billy Kidman do the shooting star off the rope. Kind of a famous thing people remember seeing. It had Kane and The Undertaker's second WrestleMania match. This was after Undertaker returned as the Dead Man after losing a Buried Alive match to Vince McMahon at Survivor Series 2003 with the help of Kane. This also was John Cena's first WrestleMania, where he won the United States title, defeating The Big Show. Let's see if I remember anything else. Oh yeah. And as a result of Goldberg costing Brock Lesnar the title, Goldberg and Brock Lesnar had their first WrestleMania match against each other at WrestleMania 20. They would have a match much later, which will maybe is in this showcase. I don't know if it is. That was a lot better than the one we got at WrestleMania 20 because both men left WWE after the match they had here at WrestleMania 20. There's other matches on that card. Try to remember some of them. I believe there were two. Well, maybe it's the wrong WrestleMania for that. Yeah, the wrong one I was thinking of. WrestleMania 22, what I was about to say. So yeah, this around this time period is where my wrestling knowledge starts to kind of grow. There are a bunch of WrestleManias in the late 20s, maybe, or mid 20s that I don't remember super well because I didn't, buy them on pay-per-view. I'm going to try not to talk too much about future Manias just in case those matches come up anyways and I end up talking about them. That's for both of these guys. This is not their first WrestleManias. This is Eddie's first as world champion. The Three Amigos. Here we go. And, ooh, counter by Angle.
In this match were non-stop. Kurt would find his way out of Eddie's Three Amigos. And Eddie returned the favor when he freed himself from Angle's grasp as he attempted the rolling German suplexes. Angle's attempts to show that Eddie wasn't in his league had not gone the way he'd hoped for to this point. The anger that led him to attack Eddie in the first place now had Angle in German suplex from the apron onto the floor. Luckily, Eddie was able to free himself from the situation and open up more offense for himself. An opponent like Kurt Angle was so difficult for this very reason. He was so good, he'd force you to take big risks against him in hopes of gaining that ever so important control. It appeared Angle had set him up, moving out of the way the second that Eddie dove at him from the top rope. Eddie went chest first into the barricade, taking all the air out of him.
Gonna get him in the ring now, though.
As Angle maintained his control, Eddie again grew desperate, looking for any chance to get Angle on the defensive. Perched on the top turnbuckle, Guerrero would fight back, sending Angle crashing to the mat. Looking to strike quickly, Eddie again went for broke, attempting his frog splash to a downed Angle. Each time Eddie took a risk, it failed to pay off. Was Kurt baiting him to force the mistakes, or was Eddie just rushing the opportunity? Eddie would need to make adjustments if he was going to find the victory.
I feel like Eddie was just rushing things, because it seems like it's early still. And then we're working on the leg. A deadlift German suplex. Using the ropes for a suplex there. Oh, another match that I believe was at this WrestleMania was Christian versus Chris Jericho, and where Trish Stratus turned on Chris Jericho and aligned herself with Christian. You will not see either one of those in this showcase as they work for another company. And on that note, I will eventually play AEW Fight Forever, and that will be on this channel. You can see both of them there. Same reason you won't see Edge anywhere in the showcase. Oh, now I'm actually hitting Three Amigos. Cool.
Eddie was attempting to rally, and Angle needed to cut it off quickly. You know Kurt means business when the straps come down. He had Eddie right where he wanted him, looking to end the match courtesy of his trademark ankle lock. Eddie hadn't taken much damage to his ankle at this point and was able to survive the painful predicament with a timely roll-up. So evenly matched, no one able to maintain a dominant position for long. Both men were unsure of their path to victory, but Angle was not going to let that throw him off his plan as he took the champion down again with another German suplex.
Okay. I can't believe I missed that. What a DDT, though. Now I do need to hit the 3 amigos again, and I also need the frog splash. I'm gonna go for the frog splash first, because first of all, it's the only thing I can really do. And I don't want to risk him countering 3 amigos. Inverted suplex. Can we get up to the top, please? There we go. I need to do some moves just to get the signature. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I got lucky with the ropes there. I did not know that was the ankle lock. He's going for figure 4, though. I'm gonna get him stunned before I do this. The 3 amigos. Oh no. Overhead belly to belly suplex. Wait, Kurt does dives? Okay. I mean, this is not TNA Kurt, so I wasn't expecting that. But okay. Speaking of which, I will play the TNA Impact game on this channel also. I've never played it before. Well, I played it like for 5 minutes to learn how to play, but I'm planning to play that for the first time ever. I've never played that story. Letting go of the pin, because I can't win yet. I still need to stun him. I don't want to risk him countering. One, 2, 3. Now what? Frog splash again? Get up, Eddie. Get up. Need to flip him over.
Eddie had fought so hard to get back into the match, struggling to get Angle back to his feet, hoping to put the finishing touches on his challenger. In the blink of an eye, Angle had managed to trap Eddie back in the ankle lock. The exhaustion was obvious, but Eddie continued to fight. Could he make it to the ropes? Was he going to tap out? Eddie reached into his bag of tricks and was able to roll forward, sending Angle crashing to the floor. Despite freeing himself from the hold, Eddie still seemed to be in a bad predicament. His ankle looked to be severely damaged, keeping him from following up with any attacks. Looking scared, Eddie began to loosen his boot, hoping to alleviate any potential swelling.
you should know where this is going next if you know anything about Eddie Guerrero. So Angle sees the target.
In Angle's eyes as he went back into the ring was like a lion chasing down its prey. With the ankle lock again applied, was there anything left in Eddie? The answer was yes, as Eddie would free himself from both his loose boot and the ankle lock itself. In the confusion,
And use the ropes. It used the ropes.
package attempt by Eddie. And the bell rang with Eddie Guerrero finally tricking Kurt Angle, keeping his status as WWE Champion intact.
So the boot coming off was what I knew was coming. I didn't realize he used the ropes when he did the small package. So we're gonna see what awaits us next. Before we do, remember to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe. If you want to be notified on uploads, you can ring the bell. Totally understand if you don't want to do that part though. And if you missed any previous episodes, you can see them in a box over there around the end of the video. And up next, we're only going ahead 1 year to Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21. This is WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, the first time. And so we will go to that in the next one. So I've been Zachary Show. See you next time.